Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel, GH247 News Channel. You that is in the diaspora. Ladies and gentlemen, 68% of Ghanaians approve President John Dramani Mahama's performances, despite cost of living concerns, according to IEA, Institute of Economic Affairs survey. 68% of Ghanaians approve of President John Dramani Mahama's performances, despite cost of living concerns, according to IEA reports or survey. 68%, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are getting me right. And I hope the opposition party, Miracle Abuaji, Miracles, I hope you are hearing me. 68% of Ghanaians, according to IEA, have approved the president's performance so far. What does that mean? This is almost 70% of the population. This is almost 70% of the population. Even though you guys have tried many times, several times, to make sure that you bring this government down, the ratings down, with this, especially this issue of cocoa farmers, that you purposely, miracles, that you went around inciting the farmers against the government. Despite everything, 68% of Ghanaians are giving the president good ratings. Now, this cocoa issue, quickly, look at this on your screen. Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire are one of the leading producers of cocoa in the world. In Africa, it is Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. The pricing that has generated so much problem in Ghana right now, which is of course due to the dollar rate which has fallen against the Ghana cedis. Yes, the government made sure the dollar no longer rises. Ghana government under President John Dramani Mahama stabilized the economy. Inflation down. The dollar to cedi rate down. In so doing, they are building a strong, firm foundation for the future. Oh yes. And we all know, in laying foundations, it's always difficult. Foundations of every building is the difficult moment of every building. If the foundation is strong, like Dr. Mamadou Bawumia has said, if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The fundamentals are strong. And that is why the dollar is no longer rising. And it is the major reason why the cocoa price, the amount that Ghana government is spending right now to pay the cocoa farmers is low. It is more like sacrificing today for the better tomorrow for Ghanaians. But Miracle and the MPP, they went around inciting the cocoa farmers against the government. Despite all that, 68% of Ghanaians have still approved the performance of His Excellency the President. On your screen, Cote d'Ivoire, their currency is CFA, CFA franc, right? Now, the amount they are paying each cocoa farmer per bag, the equivalent in Ghana cedis, is 2,894 cedis. 2,894 cedis. Whilst Ghana, we are paying the farmers for a bag of cocoa beans, 2,587 cedis. How much is the difference? As you can see there, the difference is just 307 Ghana cedis. That is just the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not be saying, I want you to watch the explanation given by our Minister of Food and Agriculture. I want you to take your time and listen to him fully to the end of this video. Then you understand the hypocrisy of the NPP, the mess they've created, and this government is trying to clean it up. Yet they'll turn around and incite the populace. Listen, Ghanaians are not fools. Ghanaians are not fools. Ladies and gentlemen, before I play the video for you, summons issued by Accra High Court have been transmitted to the United States requiring Ken Ofori-Attah to answer to multiple criminal charges. Office of the Special Prosecutor. This issue, it is time Ken Ofori-Attah comes back to answer. Ken Ofori-Attah, subsequent development made the red notice unnecessary as Ken Ofori-Attah's location is now known. Cooperation with the U.S. authorities is ongoing and extradition process had already been initiated following his arrest in the U.S. according to Interpol. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the headline news over the weekend. Now, Interpol red notice that was taken off. Many would have expected that notice would be placed back. But Ken Ofori-Attah now has been identified. He is known to be in the U.S. and he's placed before the court of law in the U.S. Hopefully, the processes for his, return home will be formalized and Ken Ofori-Attah will be coming home. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality of the matter is that there are bigger issues the government is trying to face or fight for Ghanaians. And that is why His Excellency, the President, John Dramani Mahama, has made it very clear. We are going to stop foreign funding for the purchase of our cocoa. We have enough money and capacity to pay for and process our cocoa. As we speak, government want to stop the foreign funding of our cocoa purchase. The government to fund it by itself, and government to buy the cocoa beans from the farmers, and Ghana government will be the long run the beneficiary. Because if the people benefit, it's the government that benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this video, all the explanations by the Minister of Agriculture. Watch it to the end.
Huh? That's all I hear. Not just ask. Oko sakaba be go. Kasiapa. Eka kasiapa. Hey. Na bra bo no so te do 4,200 no. Na cocoa no. Cocoa board ato cocoa no 580,000. Na mu 530,000 there. Yakoton waji huska. Na 50,000 there ye nyanton we. Eguha. And then also so no ya je free. What on aboarding? Ya turn aboarding 3,600 from. And aba from. It is a cocoa board who say me ko ton 50,000 tons yi. En van ko je 2,874 na me fa ka kese emra Ghana. Ana mi nyangu o menya de den. Eno e ma jo mati ase de. Eno de kwani na koton de ama Lancet Buying Company no. Lancet Buying Company bi wa tieska ma kwani no. O free some de kwa kwaju sika abro. That is why na kwafo ni bi esu say from November ya je cocoa ya first camera. In fact, man can cocoa here day a kakubi. Oh, offer no offer the kakubi. Offer was say grant for na beji cocoa no woman free. Ya free me koton na mu sika so ato ba onyan tuaka. Ono so nyan koton. Afi di abani. Majo mu tie de. Captain, afi mu tie say. Ana de akwadi cocoa board na chi no. Yesa wo cocoa ni bi afi kura na kuafo na hata. Omo beton. And also I ready. And also I ready. Egua paso. Obi kura ne dia akokrache ho say me beto ma krache atwo age esi ho. What is the way forward? Now, I had an person who say a share cabinet. Decisions are taken here to be able to solve this problem. Number one, they say, 50,000 tons of na akagude yadika akuafo yadika ton a abedi cocoa board ho no kuani no ton say ne cocoa no ton no 3,625 and cocoa board $1 above from cocoa board from Sabre no the means had no kra joni ma 3,600 and what the ton ma wo and also just say what on sa ntimo yende enti ono no okoti cocoa no so say okotua bo keto bi amaza kuani na wasisi no. It is 50,000 tons of na. The president is going to be no. Yen a can be basono. Yen pabusian tria. Na yen tria says can in America for no. Yamisha. Quaka church or mama. Sameto Kusha bread water. That's it. 50,000 tons no. Yetua ehun sika nyina de amakuafo.
Eti twen me ba. Ade no. Wodi be free me.
Yes.
Nya aban mpo na beje wodi koma koko krache.
Yes.
E no je se me de kwa akoton na me de sika abrew.
Yes.
The time na koko krache de je ye no. Na ade we pon mienu.
Yes.
Na koko krache no de ade no be du yen ye ho no. Na ade ne bo na nkase wa manse dwa sabe pon baako. Enso aban se dabi pon mienu na ode bre ye no.
Yentua ne sa.
Yentua ne sa ne mfama.
If it's a time ode bre ye no. Ode bre ye say eye pon mienu.
Ala beba enti koko board mu ni PRO. Enkrache phone gu koko board. Enkrache phone gu koko board. We enti mu nim. Some way on about can into him. On about to us.
It says Siano, and non Kuano. So what check it about 7,200 now. Now you turn all the check here. Now there's a cocoa, and 3,000 tons. No, Tom Biano, a Bible at $3,000. Tom Bia, a Bible at $3,000
times 150,000. And that about 150 million.
$150 million. Abayi tuya. Say by year kuafo no ebenya sa kokoo no kama.
Enti ma menti ase. Me na kwa ku cham de no de ko ye na ya gina ye ndie omuntua ye no.
Abedi kokoo wo matama
kokoo bo no so fi so aba fi fom se patra.
Yes.
Dada na de mo ba ban mu foforo na mo to toma wo no. The same scale am do me kwa ku
the same 3,625. Nemom de wo fie se sia na afei no mbeton ma koko board no.
Captain Smart, yes.
Mbaja utie de.
Yes.
The enya medu koko board ho a. Afei ne beton e dia ma koko board no.
Possible.
Eno no
koko board kura nsan kan.
Ni nsa nyankan, de ni nsa nyankan no. Se ni nsa kan se sia no de kodura mansan dwom ho a. Obenya ne bo no bag bia 2,874 cedis. Ano mampanyi se koko board. So we said the boy ni see na ya hwe akuafo no e be how kese e je ne cocoa board be fa bag bia no 287 cedis na yem fa 2,587 e makwani no e jimi ofa de na cocoa company na e ton de ma cocoa board na wo mo no obenya ni sika dada na me de na wo fie se sia na
egu apaso na
nya na me ko ton no se me ko ton a eno de ye mema me 2,587 if you could do amazon jom say ya e 2,887 2,887 Captain na unim sa Ghana ha sa nka Ghana na ya say cocoa na nka bra aban to cocoa no nka yekua for de obeya som de boko Cote d'Ivoire akoton ana mebwa ana som de boko Togo akoton ana mebwa
pepepe
ada ne yemfa Cote d'Ivoire sisi a
ada na Ghana for the saka first na ka be small
last year
omo twifa me
ebra ban ma akua for ska ketua bi na Cote d'Ivoire ne Togo bo ye no sa de go twifa ko eno ka na ma ye nya koko kese no ada na disia koko no go na ye kuafo no ye kuafo Yesu na ka yemfa nko ehọ dia no ma teso him
eche ye di
edu so ade ko ha waboka in fact
anytime abikosu for the bia beka ye border
se sia program na munim say de ye be tere foforo ekura na de ye be tor foforo no
ye de border da
na de bia na ba ka se mi ko tuaka ni nyina na ye de border da na ye dey ato na kom de abe dey abe take advantage but kat munim ma men ka stress azem we ne tie die even ye share cabinet no President Mahama na the concern pa ne say akuafo yi sabo yi so te na akuafo yi se a omo be kire wo mo yentimi nya kwan papa bi amfa so na se bosi akora nga ye mpe ne mfa mbeli akuafo yi maja odias ye dwe say ya na odwe say what can we do any ya dwe say ye hwe say cocoa board betumi anya sa abosia no e de aye sa adwuma na
chesa aban ko bobe sema koko krani no no ndi peche
na nya kakra so aman na aban no kra na ye fi senka o man panyi pen sa say nipa no wan ye den ato na kire wo koka no kra wo pe na hwede si ye on se brand before power no Omo issue their friend cocoa bonds. Through Bank of Ghana. Emma Ghana commercial banks no. Hey, Eco toy say. Hey, yeah, top bonds no. Only one seven that 8.1 billion Ghana cedis. Cocoa bond and entry.
The social agric ministry budget.
Kakaka o mfiem yenu kra de. Ya ntimi entry. Ya ntimi entry no. Ya de akoka DDEP no ho. Domestic debt exchange program.
Ya de akoka ku yesika no.
Enti omo tuka na sheda. Say ye adwuma kwa anim a yakwa akwa dey akotua.
Nti kana MPP boy okoko hu eye opepepepepepe brebebe.
Ani abosi ankwaje so mo support kokoko no.
8.1 billion no. Omo de yakoto atuka na sheda.
Ya tuka na sheda.
No mo sadi kokoko no ko se awa.
Yes. Enti se sia na ya tuka na sheda no. Bank be na wo Ghana ha. Wo ka kire se me sa ba jibusia.
E de akoma kokoko
subsidize kokoko na.
O de be ma.
For this sense can be ma.
E na jimu didi to.
Machase enti sebe ya oman si kasam na ye hihye no betimi agina yiye no sa na tie dia $150 million no de finance minister no mpabosia na ye fan soso
entrama
kokoko kwani no na de aka ye to na kire no so we are even 287 na ekodi cocoa board ho no eno kra jim cocoa no ho ka announce as na yen san pe kakran support cocoa board no mutin fan so emo ehun ka no na yen maintain say na we no kra ya kan say
again with the MPP have
Cote d'Ivoire almost 1.3 million tons ni nyina no almost 250,000 tons on the omu nyanton
this week,
Cote d'Ivoire got over 1.3 million tons.
Yes,
over 250,000 tons.
Right now, as things stand, the president.
It is almost the move 50,000 crowd market.
The job
price number say
is about to close. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys all.
I know my penny mama say no.
Shalom.
I am fair right from today. You be problem. Problem e dey buy say afọ we kuta kokoro nkra na onya obi nya dey ento. Don't forget say be up to your pen. Over 70s. Ni okoko gu woni ento.
Ya ton bebre gu obi yenyo
bi ento. Na fe ye de bi ento bi gu ho fumre until Rollins be ye cool no. And across universities. So mo nkoso akoko no na de ye no ye famra fie di aka no ye ntungu. So to avoid that, you share your processing capacity. Because who send you ha. Africa nyina raw cocoa beans no. Yankwa produce 70% in the world. Ba oko chocolate market na. Chocolate market no. Profit nkwa eye $129 billion no. Africa ye share only 6%. Captain, at the Oraho. Africa processing no. Aye chocolate na yedi cocoa ni no. Profits over $100 billion. $129 billion.
That is 6%.
That is 6%. You process cocoa no. In fact, the whole of last year ni nyina no. Ghana enya cocoa. Amfa ma ye processing companies nso mo fanya adwuma. Ya nya mi. Ose. The processing companies na wa say no. Omo mfidie capacity a cocoa betimi a processing ko ano. Eye 560,000 tons. 560,000 tons. Kromha installed capacity for processing.
David. Say a CPC.
Yes, any other companies. Every 210 near the idea no.
Say I say obiam processing
according to the capacity
on your drink
now
cocoa drink then
yes omu here 560,000 tons. But you use install capacity no. You use the friend dependable capacity. If you didn't be say enti mfidi a ye adwuma se sia de ombetumi aye no around 350 to 400,000 tons
nyansa no kwa nya de wa
ye starting here nyina no omunya 1 bin from Ghana so omuko process it
what's it like
omunya 1 bin
omunya koko ba ko pese
bin say kwa
munya 2 afidie ni
say 2 afidie omo process it omo kra
enti koko board omunyi PRO that be me enti koko board oni CEO
o CEO de so kasata bia
koko board omunni board members asem we wo metire nya abotra to ombo asete se de wo kan
ana President Mama say from nakoi sa koko na afa ni ebeto no de ya fa ni ebeto no nyina no say ye to a ye mfa nkobro ni krom ho nkoton ye de
egu apaso no
ye gu apaso se sia no
say ye to ye aban koto wi a wo se
ye to 2587 na ye mfa nkwa abrochire nkoton
ye de ko
mo processes no munye na mo process e wo Ghana
ya 200 Ghana aje koma joma mama boy sawa for 200 Ghana cedis koma joma
no me chiwa music
oda mama fa ba ko nka ho fa na lodi na so fa ta kokko onu ma joma mama boy me sero
go there say
eti koko board ni CEO sir eti koko board oni CEO omo he ayo
count what you say and they say koko na yekoto no 2587 no ye de ma ye koko processing companies no say mun processing locally enti nura no ansa na finance minister ebe now so bo no the oye say oni minister of trade agribusiness and industry
Ejare Elizabeth
yes omuko share processors nyina in a meeting say no mampanyi si enye mo ye prepared say you ready beans na ye
just won kra o ma ye ready
enti dia boy no ye say one more any capacity to buy the beans
o kwa ma finance minister fence ato force man 150 Ghana na ma jare 50 Ghana ma mo
so and no sika me so
answer o say
na me je de 1,000 Ghana can you imagine this
it's assembly ni
and this is see the iron say
and we dey akonya rubber say ho kontina nwuram
okay it is say ano sa cocoa na ye koto no ye dey common processes no now ye dey ma processes na we want them to have capacity sa fe dey obetu afa ni pa adwuma na onim say cocoa bi a be process bi a no akrachifo ogu nkonta o triple that investment no. It's only 200 million the shame.
It's 600 million.
Who process here? Which is 600 million. Because demand for sa product no, it was so kakraka. That is what we are doing now. And the Yasaka Mabina Saka Yanya reforms our cocoa sector no. Now this time around, my nya cocoa no to ho. Na ban bia be dia konya, dia wo pe na do cocoa. What do make we for? Some make we for 30%, some make we for 40%, some make we for 50%. My nya sa dia mema bio. Eti reforms no yemfa nkoye mra o parliament
eti koko
ye koye se de mra beto ho ye de mra beto ho ye de ko parliament na ye de ahyemra nmu se aban bia bedi Ghana konwa bia akoton koko a o se Ghana kuafo nya 70% ye de hyemra
there is some repeat na o mic ne ma mesika sent na mo mic number nka ma akoko no
ye de hyemra mu se aban bia obedi Ghana konwa no se okoton koko a Ghana mra se I was say kuani ni nya 70%
tetetia
me hwe ho ma ho
chese se ye koye mra ama me na na kwaku bicham
yes
se ni koko no so tia aban koton a aban boboka wo obenya mfaso o ohanche chemedio so
ofa makuani
ye fama no
sika bi obenya bia ofa makuani
ona bo home me ba sia
Oh, Ghana,
200 Ghana, I just come and mama boy. For 200 Ghana cedis, you come and mammy Faba Kunka. Father Lord, that's on Fata Kuko. On one match on Mamma,
74